Welcome to Worn and Wound. I'm Griffin Bartsch, a contributor here, and I'm here to talk to you today about this, the Zenith Defy Revival Diver Shadow. What was already one of the most talked about dive watches of 2024 is back in a new form, a new material, and a very new colorway. Last year, Zenith re-entered the dive watch market with force, introducing a pair of watches in Geneva that really seemed to come out of nowhere. Both watches proved to be incredibly popular and garnered a lot of conversation and attention. And now this year, Zenith is doubling down. They're back for more. They've introduced both watches in what is one of their coolest executions, Shadow. What is Shadow? Well, first off, this watch, unlike last year's, is in titanium. It's a huge improvement on the model. It makes it significantly lighter, much more comfortable, and true to its name, sort of defies your expectations for what a vintage-inspired dive watch could and should be. The whole thing feels much more contemporary, and a huge part of that is down to the color. Zenith's Shadow treatment, which we've seen on a couple of other Defy Revival models, takes a titanium case and bracelet and microblasts it, achieving a finish kind of unlike anything you'll see from anyone else. Here, Zenith has paired the dark matte look of the Shadow finish with bold yellow accents that reminds me pretty significantly of the Volt yellow color that Nike used a lot in the early 2010s. It's a watch that simultaneously manages to scream for attention while also playing a little bit more under the radar than last year's vintage-inspired reissue. Overall, what you're going to get here is a very similar watch to last year's. You have the same 37mm case, you have the same 44mm lug-to-lug, and with the pretty heavily domed sapphire crystal, the same 15.5mm thickness. But what you're getting here is a real reinterpretation of the design. Where last year's model felt like a very faithful adaptation, leaning into what has become a really significant part of Zenith's business of highlighting their own brand history, this feels contemporary. It's a true update in every sense of the word, and I've already heard a couple people who argue that this is what this watch should have been last year. I'm not sure that I agree with that, but what I do feel is that this new Zenith dive watch bridges the gap between the base model Zenith Revival Diver and the Extreme Diver that's a little bit more expensive. Inside, you'll still find the same Elite 670 movement, and you still have the same 600-meter water resistance, so no changes from a technical perspective. But experientially, it's hard to say that this is the same watch as last year. It speaks to a totally different audience, and I think you'll see that as the watch starts to trickle out there, it's going to be on different wrists than you would expect. Overall, this is a strong addition to Zenith's Shadow lineup. It's a strong reminder that Zenith really knows what they're doing. This recipe of bringing back an old watch and then transforming it into a thoroughly modern expression is something that very few brands know how to do, and definitely worth taking a look at. Until next time, and until the next great Zenith crosses my desk, have a great day, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.